policies that, if we see them through, will rob us of everything that made America different. We have never had as divisive a figure leading America as we have today in the president. Someone who is constantly and deliberately pitting Americans against each other. Men against women. Going around telling people that the only way you can be better off is for someone else to be worse off. That the way to protect your job is to raise your boss's taxes. That the reason why you're doing poorly this year is because someone else is doing too well. That the way to empower you economically is to pull someone else down. We are all for fairness. But we have never been a society that has taught those things. I come from a working class family. My parents were never wealthy or economically successful the way it's defined by popular culture. And yet my parents never taught me that the way for me to be better off is for someone else to do worse. I don't ever recall driving through a nice neighborhood and having my parents say to me, those people with all that money, they're the reasons why we're not doing as well as we want to be doing. On the contrary, in America we have always celebrated success. And my parents would look to people that were successful and say, one day if you work hard and you play by the rules and you pursue your dreams, you can be just as successful as they are. It doesn't matter that we're not connected. It doesn't matter that we're not rich. It doesn't matter that we weren't born in this country. In America, it doesn't matter where you started. If you have a good idea and are willing to work hard for it, you can end up anywhere that God allows you to end up. That's what makes us different from the rest of the world. And nations where people are limited by the circumstances of their birth, nations where leaders deliberately pit people against each other, those are the countries that people come here to get away from. Those are the policies that people flee. Those are the policies that destroy a country from within. I say this to you because this election to the Senate is not just an opportunity for Ohio to send another great senator to Washington. It could very well be the determining vote that decides who the next majority leader of the United States Senate is. Because it could determine who has the majority. And let me tell you, that matters. Because if you look at our tax code, it is insane. If I asked you to devise a tax code to destroy jobs, you would produce the American tax code. It has to be reformed. But as long as Harry Reid is the majority leader, it will not be reformed. You look at what Obamacare is going to do to our healthcare industry. Look, we have a health insurance problem in America. But having the government take over the problem only is going to make the problem worse. If you want to repeal and replace Obamacare, that's not going to happen as long as Harry Reid is the majority leader. You look at our regulations. We all understand we need some regulation. You want your water to be safe to drink. You want your air to be clean. You want public safety to be protected. But these regulations are insane. They're designed specifically to justify the existence of the regulators. You want regulations to be reformed? That's not going to happen as long as Harry Reid is the majority leader. Look at our energy policy. We are an energy-rich country. No one is in favor of oil spills. No one is in favor of pollution. But I believe that in the 21st century, the smartest people in the world, the American people, can figure out a way to access our energy resources that God has blessed this nation with without destroying our natural environment. Right.